Hello. Okay, yeah, I think this should be working. Let me check everything. And yeah, I think it should be working. Hello. Hello everyone. Hi Bobby. Hello Google. Thank you for coming. And wait, is the chat correct? Oh yeah, the chat is correct. Yeah, so thank you for coming today. Today we will be doing a song breakdown, Selamat Malam. That is my newest original song. If you haven't listened to it, the link is on the description below. And yeah, before we begin, this is Bobby Moonlight, your virtual musician from the moon, and I'm happy to have you here. So, hello Bobby, hello Marama Chaki. Terima kasih sudah datang. Thank you for coming. So yeah, let me get this aligned. Okay. Sore Bobby, hello Asnikiu. Sore. Terima kasih sudah datang. Yeah. So, as you can see on the screen here, I have my Cubase up and running, and it's showing all the tracks that I've used for Selamat Malam. So what we will be doing today is basically going through what are the elements that made up the song, how they sound on their own, and how they sound together, and what kind of like maybe a processing or effects that I'm using for the song. And yeah, Cubase is my DAW of choice, and you can also see these. What is this? The thumbnail of the Selamat Malam song here. And yeah, if you haven't listened to it, then check it out in my description. So, how about before we begin, let's just give it a listen from start to end of the song. It will take around 5 minutes, I think. So, let's get it going. Let me just zoom in for a bit. Yeah, this is it. Let me know if you can hear the song just fine. I think you should be able to. Aman kan ya suaranya ya? Aman, oke, thank you. Tidurlah, tak usah kau pikirkan apa-apa lagi. Aku di sampingmu. Yeah, so this is the vocals. Nyanyikan lagu ini agar Sore Bobby, halo Miura. Terima kasih sudah datang. We are now giving a listen to the song that we will be breaking down. So this is the first one. I noted it with the marker track. And now, like the drums are coming in. Saat kita bersama dalam suka duka, ku teringat saat dirimu tertawa, betapa bahagia. This is the pre-chorus. It goes into guitars and piano, and there's some orchestra. Yeah. There were some chimes as well. And then we entered the chorus. Selamat malam, tidur yang lelah, temui aku dalam mimpimu. kau pikirkan apa-apa lagi. We can also mute the vocals if you want, so that you can listen the instrumentals. Hati malam, langit semakin gelap. So the difference is we have a cello now on the pre-chorus. Cello. Saat mentari tiba, ku akan tetap di sini. Selamat malam, tidur yang lelah. There's a staccato violin. Temui aku dalam mimpimu. Hari yang indah telah berakhir, tapi ku kan pastikan kamu esok hari kau kan. Now we're entering the last instrumental for the song. Yeah, so the end is just piano and guitar again. Okay, so that is the song called Selamat Malam, and yeah, that's everything. Wait, I pressed the wrong button. No. Okay, this is this. Okay. Ya, malam Sir Bobby, malam Fauzan, tapi sebenarnya sekarang masih sore sih, jadi tapi selamat malam, karena lagunya selamat malam ya. Okay, so how about we try breaking down each part. Jadi yang pertama itu adalah hello Bobby, oh my god so beautiful, halo Lala, thank you for coming. Terima kasih sudah datang. Kita lagi nge-breakdown lagunya ya. Jadi for this intro, I started at bar B2 here, the second bar. So this is just a piano. I think we can like. This is a MIDI piano. I'm using what am I using? I'm using a Piano One plugin VST. With this kind of settings. So yeah, it's just playing okay, yeah, so that's the intro. It's only piano because I want to have a chill start for the song. And yeah, that ended on that last one note, right? And then we enter the verse. Let's see, what is contained in the verse? We have vocals and this guitar plucks. These guitar plucks are actually MIDI. I'm not using a real guitar because I don't have an acoustic guitar. But I'm using this plugin called Ample Guitar. What's the M like? I think M. Yeah, Ample Guitar M Lite. I forget what M stands for, but that's what I'm using because yeah, this has a pretty nice sound to it, and it's free. So if you want to use it, then yeah, please go ahead. But so let's mute the vocals for a bit. With only the guitar and the piano, it sounds like this. Yeah, so that's how it sounds like. The guitar is only like playing. So this song starts from A. The root note is A. So it's just playing a small arpeggio for the chord, and it's the same is also done on the piano. Like if can I actually, yeah. So the piano is just playing the bass notes, and yeah, just a little arpeggio on the upper part. Yeah, that's kind of thing. And then we have the vocals, right? If we unmute the vocals, wait, I mean this. Tidurlah, tak usah kau pikirkan apa-apa lagi. Aku di sampingmu, nyanyikan lagu ini agar kamu tenang lewati malam. Yeah, so that's with the vocal. So this first verse we only have 3 instruments, right? The piano, the guitar plucks, and not 3 instruments. It's 2 instruments with a vocal. For the vocal processing, let's see what I did. I should go to the vocals group. I like the piano. Thank you. Yeah, so you can see here. I only use EQ. So let's bring out the EQ. I'm just cutting off all of the low end frequencies because yeah, my voice is really it's really deep. And you know, in vocals you don't really need that deepness unless you're going for a really specific sound. Then in general it's okay to just cut it. I'm getting pretty extreme here. I'm cutting over everything below like 250 hertz. But depending on your voice and your like vocal character, you might not really need that much of a cut. Especially if you're female or you have a really high voice, then probably most of your voice will, the frequencies of your voice will end up here. But still, cutting off everything below 20 hertz is kind of like the rule of thumb because yeah, you don't really need all of those nasty low frequency sounds. So let's try with and without this EQ. Let's just use this here. I wonder if you can hear the difference. This is with EQ. I can bypass. Yeah, it's really muddy. This is with EQ and this is without. It has really very the frequencies. This gray lines here are the frequencies that I cut off. Because if you just do it like this, it's really, you know, the term is it's not a technical term, but everyone might say that your voice is muddy because it has too much of those low frequencies, and that's why I really like it when I cut off all of these low dirty noise. And yeah, that's the EQ. And we also have the de-esser. This is I'm cutting off some of the, because I kind of have a lisp on S, on speaking S, pronouncing words with S. Just a low cut for vocal. Yeah, for me, I only did a low cut because all of the high frequency processing, I did it on other things. Just as a disclaimer, I'm not an expert of this, so I might be doing things wrong, but this is what I think sound good. So if you have any suggestions on how to improve this, then I would be very happy to listen to listen to it. So yeah, the second plugin I used for the vocals is the de-esser, because without it, my S kind of sounds really dirty. Yeah, those red. Yeah. So this thread actually cut off all the frequencies of S and T, because if not, then yeah, all of the S's on the higher frequency will actually overwhelm everything else. So that is the de-esser. And I also use a single compressor. I think I used a double compression before for the Under the Moonlight, but for this song I only use a single compressor. What compressor does is basically try to compress your sound so that when you sing, some parts are actually lower in volume and the other part are higher in volume, especially if you sung low, like parts with low notes. It is natural to sing it, like, unless you're a very talented singer, you have the right techniques. You usually sing it in a relatively lower voice in terms of volume, and then when you sing the higher register, it sounds really it will sound with higher volume. I don't know how to say that properly, but yeah, what compressor does is actually compress the vocal so that the lower part will be louder, and the higher part and the loud part will be kind of compressed, kind of limited. So it may introduce some kind of distortion in your voice, but sometimes that is also something that we want to give a more color to the voice. So I think what I did here is that I give a makeup gain of 6 dB, 6 decibels, and the threshold for this thing is -20 dB. So this is not really something that is set in stone. It depends on what sounds you're working with and what sounds do you want it to be. So I think it would be better. Like, I think there might be some kind of rule of thumb to use this. Like, if you're dealing with this kind of voice, you need to set it on this parameters or those kind of things. But for me, since I'm still learning and I'm still trying to get the experience, I'm just trying to use my ear on what sounds best. So actually, without this compression, the vocals will not be as loud as this. So if I bypass this effect, yeah, I'm losing all the gain. And during the loud part of the vocals, it will sound louder than this part. So I don't want that. So that is why I use the compressor. And if I enable it again, it will sound louder. Yeah, it becomes more forefront of the song. Right. So that's the compression. I also added a little bit of reverb here. I'm using Tal Reverb. It's a pretty simple reverb with just like simple wetness, relatively mid-sized, and I cut some of the highs so that it doesn't really sound what is the term? I don't know. It's airy or something like that, but yeah. and the last thing I'm using is the stereo delay to give a to complement the reverb with some kind of a delay. Oh, I see. I can hear the difference. Yeah. What's your monitoring device for mixing? Headphone or speakers? I'm actually using headphones. I wanted to have a monitor speaker, but because I think it will make my mix better. But the reason why I cannot use monitor speaker is because I live in an apartment and I don't want to get sound complaints. So that is why I only use headphones. But usually when I mix something, what I did is that I have two headphones. The first headphone that I use mainly is the Audio Technica M40X. I think it's M40. Yeah, it's M40X. That is what I use. But sometimes when I use this headphone, I sometimes miss on mixing the lower part, the low frequency part. And for that, I use a Sony W. What did I buy again? Sony WF1000 XM4. Yeah, so the XM4. It's this headphone has the bass boosted by default. So by using this headphone, I can actually identify that, oh, my mix has a really dirty low frequency sound, so that I can cut it off. And the last thing is actually trying to play the song on my phone, because playing it on my phone, it actually automatically puts it to mono, and I can actually listen to everything and see if there's anything that sounds really bad. Like, for example, sometimes the vocal is too loud in phones, or maybe you can actually hear the bass kind of overwhelming everything on my phone. So that is why I use it as well. I think using a monitor speaker will actually work better for that. But yeah, due to constraints, I cannot use that. So that's the processing that I did for the vocals. So let's continue the song. So we ended up on the first one, and on the second verse, I introduced the drums, right? Apa kau ingat kenangan indah saat kita? Yeah, so there is only a bass kick. There's only a kick and some stick hits, like rim snare hits, right? Oh wait, and if you see the here, so the drums I'm using is called a, what did I use? I'm using Groove Agent SE. This is a built-in this is a included plugin on Cubase. And I'm using the Paddy and the Go Fish sound. So if I bring up the Groove Agent, you can actually look for many kinds of sounds here. But I really like the sound of the Paddy and the Go Fish, because it really sounds like a kind of a rock-ish sound. But the thing is, it only has two toms. So the high tom and the low tom, so it doesn't have any lower or any mid toms, right? So yeah, I can only work with this two. I would be happy if it has like an extra tom though, but yeah, I think that's what you get. So yeah, and going back to this, you can see the velocity of this stick hits are different from each other. I have one that hits on every beat, like 1, 2, 3, 4. Not every beat. I mean like every beat drop, if that makes sense. So it's kick, and then snare. No, I mean a rim hit, right? So if you listen to it, like if we solo that, let me solo that. Yeah, so that's how I make it, because if only like if we don't have this, like if I actually disable all of this, it will really sound very monotone. Like if let me try this. Oh, I mistakenly, yeah. Apa kau ingat kenangan indah saat kita? Yeah, it almost sounds like a metronome, right? Because it only hit every beat. But with by introducing this kind of like ghost notes, I can give more character to it. Apa kau ingat kenangan indah saat kita bersama dalam suka duka. Yeah, so this is how the drum sounds. I wanted to keep on the chill mood going throughout the verse. So yeah, it's still continuing like this. Ku teringat saat dirimu tertawa, betapa bahagia. Let me mute the vocals so that we can listen to the instruments better. Okay, yeah, so now with this, we are now going to the pre-chorus. I'm using marker track here. Always use marker track for your to keep track of your track of your song. But on the pre-chorus, I introduce, like, I'm still using, so this is the vocals. There's the guitar strums. Actually, it's not a strum. It's just like a picking. Yeah, it still even has the sliding sounds, and it's really nice. And the piano as well. Let me solo this. Right, that's the piano sounds. And also I introduced some violins here actually. So let's listen to it. On the left, if you're using so many things in this stream might only make sense if you're using stereo headphones or earphones or something. But yeah, if you listen to this, the violin enters on your left side, right? It's panned to the left. Yeah, so that's the pre-chorus. So let's break it down one by one. I think the piano should, yeah, we've broken down the piano and the guitar strums. How about the drums? Let's check the drums. So on the drums, I was playing the kick. I think the kick, the rim hit, and the, what do you call it? The ride. The ride cymbal. So yeah, those kind of drum playing. So that's really interesting because when you listen to it, yeah, you hear that ride. I really love the rides on the drum, so I try to use them properly. And there's some crash hits as well, like on these two bass kick hits. We have we accompany them by crash. Right? Yeah, so there are some stick hits as well. I think it continues to the next bar as well. Okay. Oh, and there's also a piano riser and a piano faller here. So to what do you call it? To transition from the pre-chorus to the chorus. Yeah, it's kinda a synthetic sound, but it works, so I just leave it be. Now let's listen to the orchestra actually. Yeah, there's the chimes here. Okay, Bobby Chua, sorry I'm late again. No worries, Alfonia, thank you for coming. I hope you will enjoy the stream. So yeah, for the orchestra, I'm using this. Why can I? Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. So yeah, I'm using this. This is also what I used before. I'm using a Spitfire Audio. No, the what do you call it? The BBC Symphony Orchestra Rediscover. Yeah. So this plugin is a free orchestra library. So there's a lot of I think this is a 55-person orchestra. So you have the string sections on the green side, violins 1, violins 2, violas, cellos, and basses, contrabasses, right? And you also have the horn the brass sections, horns, trumpets, tenor, trombones, bass trombones, and tuba. And the separation of the tenor and bass trombones here are pretty interesting. You also have the woodwind section for piccolo, flutes, clarinets. But yeah, for this song only, I'm using only the string section because I don't really need them all. But maybe if I wanted to create a more orchestral feeling or a fanfare feeling, then I might use more of these instruments. But for now, I'm just using the violins and cellos and bass. This is a free plugin as well. Like previously, they will only give you this free if you subscribe and wait for like something like 20 days or something. But as far as I know, it's now free to download. So you can just like go to their website, BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover, and yeah, you can just download it for free and use it for your tracks. It's really interesting. So that's the orchestra. And yeah, for the vocals, I have actually best free orchestra. Yeah, true. Langit semakin gelap. Yeah, I have this ad lib here, right? If I solo this. Nice. Oh, can you link it? Of course. I'm going to like BBC Symphony Orchestra Discover. It's a Spitfire Audio, and it's not Apex Spitfire, but I just posted the link on the chat. But yeah, it's instantly free. So if you want to use it, then please do. So yeah, I have some ad libs, and if you listen to the Langit semakin gelap, sembunyikan sinarnya saat mentari tiba, ku akan tetap di sini. Okay, yeah, so that's the ad lib. I have a different Processing for the ad-lib, I'm passing this to the backing vocal group, I think. Yeah, there's the backing vocal here. I have an EQ. So for backing vocals, I have this kind of EQ. So other than more aggressively cutting the low frequency up to 320 hertz, I also cut some of the higher frequencies because I don't really need the high frequencies for backing vocals. I only want them as a support for the main vocal, right? So giving the letting the high frequencies still there will make it more what do you call it? More conflicting with actually the main vocals. So I just cut them off and yeah, just let them fill in the remaining middle parts. So yeah, that's how the yeah, only those parts. I don't understand, but this is really cool. Thank you. There's some so I have this EQ and I also added some yeah, I don't use the revelation part. So I have this reverb. So this reverb is more wet than the one on the main vocal. And I also cut more on the lower frequencies, and I also cut larger percentage of the high frequencies so that yeah, again, I only want them to be there sitting on the back without destroying anything. So this is the settings that I did. The wetness of this reverb means that it will really reverb like you're shouting to the mountains or something. And that's how we created this sound, like yeah, you see there's a lot of wet reverb on there. By the way, have you tried Sign Player Orchestral Tools? They have the free instruments and sounds so good. I haven't actually tried that. I might test it. The only orchestral libraries I've used was Symphony Orchestra Discover and the previous so I previously, before using Cubase, I was a GarageBand user, and GarageBand has their own orchestral instruments, virtual instruments, right? So I used that before. But now that I'm working mainly on Windows, I don't have access to GarageBand anymore. So yeah, I bought Cubase. Okay, so what else? We have the orchestra. Okay, so I think the pre-chorus is done. Now, one thing that I want to point out, I gave this song a listen. I mean, like I let some of my friends listen to this song before it's released, and some of them, I think there are some of you as well that have the same feedback. Is that this song is called Selamat Malam, right? Lagu ini judulnya Selamat Malam kan. Jadi kayak mau apalagi liriknya juga tidurlah, tak usah kau pikirkan apa-apa lagi, right? So it's telling someone to go to sleep, right? But actually, on the chorus part, it's explosive, right? It's very loud. Like if you listen to it, coming from the pre-chorus to the chorus. And then we are going to the explosive sound. Yeah, so it's a loud chorus. It's not something that you would play to someone trying to go to sleep, right? And that is actually done intentionally. I like ever since I first wrote this song, I already imagined it to be a loud chorus, and there's actually a meaning behind it, but I don't think I want to explain it here. And yeah, if you really love trying to find meanings behind the song, then I welcome you to try. But actually love that. Thank you, Memora. And thank you for coming. Yeah, so can we try guessing it now? Of course, yeah. If you have guesses on what it means, then yeah, please do. So, there are several new instruments, well, not new instruments. I only introduced this overdrive guitar, right? So this is an electric guitar that I played with my guitar. It's double tracked on the left and right. Like if I mute this. Oh wait. Yeah. Yeah, so because I wanted the loudness, then that's why I introduced an overdriven guitar here. And also the acoustic guitar is still playing, if you realize it. So it's playing kind of like palm muted strummings. Oh no, it's not palm muted, I forgot. The palm mute is on the instrumental part. So it's strumming acoustic guitar. But because there is also an yeah, it's a really nice strumming. And if you actually see this doesn't seem like a strum, but it's actually strumming. This is a single MIDI note. But why is it strumming? It's because, as I said, I'm using the AGML2 plugin, and they have this strummer what do you call it? Strummer feature in it that actually lets you to play a strumming sound and yeah, how it sounds like. Yeah, those kind of things. So this is the result of the strumming. Right. I know it seems far-fetched, but maybe it's because if you sleep with a loud noise, you have a high chance of dreaming. Interesting. That's an interesting theory. It's hard to find guitar midis with good sounding strums. That is true, but actually AGML is pretty good at it. I think if you process it right. I don't know, like I think if you listen to this, you can still listen how mechanic it sounds, how like mechanical. What is the term? Like it's not natural, it's not organic, right? And that's free. Yes, this AGML2 is free. Okay. So yeah, the guitars are playing the overdriven and overdriven power chords and strumming, and the drums is playing an interesting part. So we're playing a tom and a snare. Yeah, I'm playing that kind of beat. So this is what it sounds like. Selamat malam, tidur yang lelap, temui aku. Yeah, so that's the drums, and we also have the piano here, right? Yeah, we do. Yeah, so it's playing that kind of arpeggio. So, and for the orchestra, we are playing this. Wait. So I introduced a doubling of cello and contrabass for the low part, because back on the first, we really don't have anything that is supporting us on the bottom, right? We have no bass guitar, we have no contrabass, we have no, like, I don't know, 808s. But I want this chorus to be full, so I introduced the low notes instruments, like going from the pre-chorus. This is really light. There's nothing on the bottom, right? But going to the chorus, we start supporting it. Selamat malam, tidur yang lelap. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how the orchestra playing. And I think the last one is for the vocals. You see that I'm layering 4 vocals here. It's a vocals, a double on the left side, double on the right side, and a big backing vocal. I think this is the harmony, right? If I play it. Selamat malam. Yeah, it's not singing the main melody, it's singing a harmony. So if we listen to this, like, Selamat malam, tidur yang lelap, temui aku dalam mimpimu. Yeah, so the reason why I have this many tracks for the vocals for the chorus is that because the instruments are pretty loud, I need the vocals to not be defeated by them, right? So yeah, by introducing the doubles and the backing vocal, it gives us more vocal presence, if that makes sense. So it does not, like, if I mute this backing vocal and only the main vocal, I think it only sounds like it's kinda overwhelmed by the all the instruments. Yeah, by introducing the double on the left and the right, it gives more what do you call it? Texture, I think, because we're recording this on separate tracks, right? There are 4 separate recordings, I mean. So all the subtle differences between the voices actually create some nice texture. Like this won't work if you actually just copy and paste the tracks onto multiple tracks. More thickness, yes, it's more thick. Wait, wrong. Yeah. So I think. Okay, so on the last part of the drums, we are playing like such simple right hits here. Okay, yeah, that's nice, right? Yeah, this if you listen to the drums on its own, it's kind of weird, but yeah, if you listen with everything in context, then you know why I played it. Yeah, so that's the chorus. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask in chat. So we'll be going to the next part, which is the break. Now the break here is like on the very first two verses. Although we have a drum, it's not really giving it a sense of rhythm, right? It's only like have even on the first verse we don't have any rhythm instruments. On the second, we have the kick drum and the what do you call it, the rim hit. but on this one, I actually introduced a hi-hat hits, right? So after the first, yeah, it's a more groovy, drum line, right? So on this part, it's only playing kick and snare rim. And on this part, this is the hi-hat. I separated the hi-hat from the rest of the drums because I want to process more of the hi-hats, especially on the EQ, because if I process it at the same, like treating it as the same as the rest of the drums, it will be hard to actually isolate and process them separately. So the hi-hat is sounding like, yeah, that's nice. So this is actually two different sounds. Like this is an open hi-hat and this is a closed hi-hat, right? So on its own, it sounds different, like two separate hits. But actually, if you combine them, it will sound like as if you hit an open and then you press the pedal, right? You will get something like this. Yeah, so it doesn't, like, if we only play it on its own, it will play like it will open, keep opening until the end, right? But if you continue it with a closed hi-hat, then it will sound as if it was like a real drum, right? If you hit open and then close the hi-hat. Yeah, so that is why I really like this Groove Agent SE plugin, because it simulates a real drum by doing that. Yeah, so then we have a stop here because, yeah, who doesn't like a sudden stop? Okay, so we're going to the next verse. It's verse 3, right? So I'm still keeping the same beat, although so this is like half open hi-hat, and this is like full closed hi-hat. So as to give it give the vocals more room to actually show up. And then I also introduced a cello here. We don't use the violin yet, so I introduced on the middle, but yeah, we have a cello here. So let's listen without the vocals. So there's the cello. And then the violin slowly comes in. It's really nice, right? And then the cello gets doubled, like on the fifth note, to give it more, yeah, thickness. Yeah, and then there's this violin too coming in on the high note, right? Yeah, so that's how the instrumental for the first 3 works. I really like it because this orchestral writing actually allows it to like for every bar it keeps on adding something so that you anticipate. It's a build up to the next section, right? So you don't get bored of the instruments. We start only with cello and a palm muted guitar strums, right? Oh, wait just a bit. Okay, I'm back. How long did it take for you to make this whole song? I kind of forgot because I work on it on every night I had the what do you call it? The opportunity. I think it went around at least a month. I don't think it's 2 months, right? Because I think yeah, I think it's a month because it's recently have been like 3 months since my debut, right? And I only worked it after I finished with the Under the Moonlight. So I think it's a month or so. So yeah, on the pre-chorus too, we are now working with more orchestral instruments. So previously we only have the violin and violin too, but now we also introduced the cello. And then the piano and the guitar is still the same. So let's try to listen to the instruments first. Yeah, so the only one making difference here is this cello and actually the vocals. So I introduced a harmony in here. So the previous one doesn't have the harmony, but this now, in addition to the ad-lib, we also have the harmony part. Langit semakin gelap, sembunyikan sinarnya saat mentari tiba. Ku akan tetap di sini. Right, and I also added this snare hits for transitioning into the last the second chorus, right? It's really simple, but it works, right? So it sounds like yeah, it transitions really well. Now, on the chorus, I think the orchestral for the first part should be the same. The piano is also still the same. The drums and guitar is also the same. I introduced some ad-lib here. Like, so previously we only have 4 tracks, right? But for this one, I have an ad-lib here. Selamat malam, tidur yang lelap, temui aku dalam mimpimu. Hari yang indah telah berakhir. Yeah, so those kind of things. I really like the ad-libs because yeah, it's kind of like call and response to the rest of the vocals. Oh, and one more thing is that we introduced this spiccato violin here. Like, I think I started playing on bar 87, right? But you can actually but if you listen to the song, you might actually be able to hear it starting from like around 91 maybe. Like for this part, it's not really apparent, but this part is apparent. Yeah, I think most people would notice on the bar 91 because I introduced this slowly. It's sounding like it. To give it a more like, you know, rhythmic and sense of like intensity. Yeah, that's the word. Yeah, that's how the orchestral part works on the chorus part. Yeah, sounds awkward. Now, we're making this the final instrumental. So if you notice, we only like repeat the chorus twice, and then we go on instrumental, and then we're going. So initially, the original version of this song, I still have one bridge here, and the last chorus before we end. But then when I try to listen, it sounds really long. Even without it, it's already like a 5-minute song, like 5-minute more songs. Previously, it's kind of like almost 7 minutes, and I don't think anyone would hear something that long. So that is why I just scrap everything after this. So yeah, that is why we ended with an instrumental and a faded out piano. So for the instrumental, this is really interesting because I really love, and I also love the video on this part. Like yeah, so it's also still a loud section. And if you actually pay attention, during this whole instrumental section, there's an Easter egg on the MV. But yeah, I'm not telling you what it is. So for this part, I'm changing the chord, so it's just like 6-5-4. Like 6 is the D, E minor, F sharp minor. From F sharp minor, then E, and then going to D. That's always a good combination, and then going back to E, the 5. Yeah, so the first part, it has this piano double, like it's playing the same note on 2 octaves. Yeah, so it's playing something like that. And on the violin, wait, I pressed the wrong key. On the violin, this violin follows the same thing that is played by the piano. Yeah, but it's only playing legato notes, right? And there's a spiccato here to make it more intense. So this is a good technique that I often used by using an orchestral library. If you want to have a really intense bowing sounds for violins, you can not only violins but all strings. You can combine the spiccato and the legato to make this kind of sound. So because with only legato, you only have this kind of sound, right? It sounds nice, but it lacks power. While only doing spiccato, it becomes like really rhythmic, or it's not long. But by combining the two, you can get like both of best of both worlds. Right. So afterwards, so in this part of the piano and the orchestra, it will sound like this. Right. And I think for the drums, I only play a simple beat, right? Yeah, those kind of things. What else on the first part of the? Oh, I also have this ad lib, right? Right. So I think that is all for the first part of the. It hits hard. Thank you. So on the second part of the instrumental, we are getting more intense. Like this is already intense, right? No, the guitar sounds weird if we start from the middle. It's already loud, but on the second part, I want to make it even more intense. Like you've been chased by something or something. Right. So the way I did it was that first I introduced the drums. This drum is a bit different than the one in chorus. Like, yeah, I used that drum. I really like those kind of drum fills. And then the piano goes like this. Yeah, and what else? Is the drum using 6/4? I actually don't know. Actually, it should be 4/4 though. I don't know. I think it's 4/4, but just half time. Well, actually, if it's not a half time because we use 78 BPM. But no, I don't think it's 6/4. But I might be wrong. I'm not a drummer. So that's the piano, and this is the orchestra. I introduced. So previously we are only playing single notes like. Dun, 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 na, 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 na. But the second part we are playing more intense bowing with the spiccato notes. Yeah, so combining the piano and the piano is more intense and the orchestra is also more intense. and combined by the drum, it's like, yeah, it's an action action feeling. Oh, I forgot the guitar. So this is, I think I played some palm muted guitar here. I forgot. Let me try to unsolo this and solo the guitar. Yeah, I played a different one on the left side and the right side. Like on the left side, I played something like, oh, on the right side, I played normally, like, but on the left side, I'm going some kind of a palm. Oh, wait, wrong. Oh, that's not tidy, but anyway, it sounds good. Yeah, so combined everything, it becomes like, yeah, wait, wow. Yeah, and then we go on the outro. This is not a bridge, this is a scam. This is the outro. But yeah, the outro is only the piano and the guitar. And yeah, we're just fading out the volume here. Okay, so remnants of the previous longer song. Yeah, actually, I haven't really fixed this part before, but there's also one empty marker here. Why are you here? So yeah, I think that should be it. What is this? Oh yeah, this is the violin. Okay, I forgot. So yeah, that's how it is. I actually didn't really use that much of instrument. I'm only using guitar, drums, piano, and well, orchestral strings and chimes. I like this chime sounds. Yeah, that's only to transition into the pro chorus, right? Yeah, so I think that should be it for the Selamat Malam breakdown. Do you have any questions? I would love to answer. If not, then I think yeah, we can just end the stream. This, yeah, I think one of my comments. Thank you, Bobby. Oh yeah, what application do you use? I'm using Cubase. In specifically, it's Cubase. Oh, wait. Yes, it's Cubase Artist. Because I don't know, I still don't know if I need to have to buy the pro one yet. So I bought the artist, and it's recently, I mean, it so far has been really helpful. But actually, one of the drawbacks with using artist instead of pro is that you get limited number of tracks. While it's still generally okay if you're not really doing anything too fancy, but sometimes, you know that I sometimes do like fan projects, like fan songs, and if there's a lot of participants in that song, like for example, we have like kind of like 40 to 50 singers, then the number of tracks that you will have will actually be really limited. So at those kind of times, I kind of wish I had Cubase Pro. But yeah, for now, I think it's still working. I might upgrade sometime soon though, because it's a really powerful tool. Yep. So what else? I think yeah. So for now, I think I'm still working on quite a number of projects, and some of them are it's unfortunate, but some of them are kind of paused, not paused, but I don't know where I want to bring those projects to, like what kind of music that I want to build. So I'm still trying to figure out for many of the songs. But on hiatus, not really a hiatus, but yeah, I sometimes I open my Cubase on that project and what do I want to what do I want this song to be? Like I often ask myself that. And yeah, if there's some songs that I managed to finish, then I would actually release it more. Because this is my second original song and I'm really glad I managed to release it. But yeah, I still want to release a lot of songs. Yeah, and also doing it yourself is also one of the drawbacks, being a solo musician, because yeah, you basically need to think about everything, right? If you're in a band, then you can let the guitarist do all of the thinking of the guitar parts and the drummers think of all the drum parts. Just to say that, okay, you want the song to be this way, right? But that's not the case with me. Did you go lyrics here first before working on the instruments? Usually what I do is that I wrote songs using either my guitar or piano. So it can be either I'm playing the piano and I find a good melody and I expand upon that, or I play some guitars and I really like some progressions or some beats. Then I expand upon that. For this one, I think I used the guitar method. So I was just playing the guitar, playing. I think originally this song on the before. So this song is on A, right? The root note is A. But originally when I usually wrote it in G because it's really more comfortable for me to sing on bass G. But yeah, I was just playing G and C, and then the melody comes to my mind, and I kind of like na 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 like na 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 na. I come up with that melody, and then after I have the melody, I try to think like what kind of theme that I want to go with the song, right? What I want to write about. Right. And yeah, that's I think writing quote unquote accompanying someone to sleep is one thing that I want to write, although it might only be on the surface. Yeah, so that's how I wrote this, and then I try to come up with the words to fit the melody. Bobby bucin. Iya kah, bucin kah? Actually, let me play my BGM real quick. Wait just a moment. Okay. So that we don't speak in silence. Yeah, anything else you want to ask? Maybe I will end this on like 6 p.m. It's almost 6 p.m., right? 7 minutes. Is there any of you who write songs here too? Like compose music? I really love making friends with songwriters because that means I will have more things to learn. Trying to, Mao. Oh, that's nice. Good afternoon, Bobby. Hello, Humble. Good afternoon, but we just finished with the breakdown. Okay, nice. Halo Dinda Fitria. Terima kasih sudah datang. I'm just trying, but damn, it's hard, Lamau. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, I think one of the most productive time where I kind of wrote a really lot of songs was back when I was still in school days. Is writing songs hard? I think it's kind of like art drawing in a sense. You need some creativity. You need some knowledge and creativity, right? Being creative might not like if you don't have the base of music instruments or music knowledge, then you might only be able to do so much. But yeah. How long did it take you to learn to write songs? I don't think I can actually answer that because it somehow came to me like I used to be in a band and we play cover songs, right? So I learned to play guitar first with my dad, and my dad taught me how to play guitar. My dad also taught me how to play the piano, and then I had a short period, like kind of like 5 to 6 months, doing piano lessons with a teacher. But then I don't really like the system, so I bailed. But yeah, I don't really learn to write songs, but after I know how to play music with a guitar and a piano, and I listen to a lot of music, then okay, I try to look for patterns, right? That is why all my songs kind of like following the Western patterns, because I used to learn a lot of I used to sing and play a lot of Western songs. So it's kind of like the 1 5 6 4 progression. But yeah, coming here, going like exploring more songs. Like I learned more Japanese songs, Japanese chord progressions. I wanted to write songs that uses Japanese chord progression as well. I actually have one, but I still don't know where I want to take it. So yeah, I don't think I can answer how long concretely, but it spans ever. It spans throughout my school years, I suppose. Ever get worried when you write a song? It sounds like something already. Oh, definitely, because all the songs that you write, will, and this is will, not if, but it will be influenced on what you listen to, right? What kind of songs you listen to. I listen to a lot of pop punk music growing up, like Blink-182, Green Day, Panic at the Disco, Yellow Card, those kind of, and All City as well. I played a lot of it, so I really love those kind of music. So that influenced me a lot. I still remember some of the songs I wrote back in high school, really influenced by Blink. That some of the lyrics, when I sing it, I actually sound like Tom DeLonge. How about Indonesian pop? Will you try to learn? I actually listen to a lot of Indonesian pop as well. But Indonesian pop is most of the pop songs are a bit too slow, or too, what do you call it? I don't know. I don't resonate well with pop songs. I have some favorite Indonesian bands like Padi, or what was the dance company? What was the name again? The dance company band with Baim. I forgot the band name. What the hell? I also love Marcelo. I love their songs. But yeah, I'm not sure. Like I'm sure that they influenced me some way or another. But yeah, that's just how it is. Like if you really project pop. No, not project. Well, project pop. I love Project Pop, but I don't think I want to write songs like Project Pop does, because they're mainly doing funny songs, right? They're musically talented, but they're aiming for like a funny parody kind of songs, and it's really interesting to listen. But I'm not sure if I want to do that kind of songs. Like this, that might be not my style. The Dance Company. What is it called? Oh, it's actually called The Dance Company. Like Papa Rock and Roll, like Papa mungkin seminggu di Bali, nyari panggung sana sini, Papa nggak pulang, baby. Yeah, those. I think when that band come out, it's like the Avengers of the band, right? Who are the members? It's the alright, Aryo Wahab, Baim, Pongki, and Nugi, right? When that band come out, it's really like, oh my god, they all came together to play songs. It's really interesting. Ada band is also nice, but kind of too sappy, I think, the lyrics. So I'm not sure I really like that kind of thing. Well, actually, Under the Moonlight is kind of sappy as well. Not gonna lie, but I guess that's what love does to you. Not that I know much about it, but okay. So I think it's almost time. I'm going to check for donations. I don't think there's anything because I don't hear any cringe donation notification. But let's try to look anyway. Okay, yeah, there's nothing. Wait, actually, I don't think I've noticed this, but there was Hidayat donating on the last stream, but thank you. But I love sappy songs. Well, sappy songs is nice, depending on the situation. But I think there's already a lot of sappy songs out there that I don't really want to contribute more. But I guess all my original songs are sappy anyway, so I guess you can't escape from it. So yeah, I don't think there's anything else. There has been my breakdown for Selamat Malam. I'm hoping to do more of this kind of, what do you call it, streams, music streams. But I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned things from it as much as I did. And thank you so much for coming. Selamat Malam, Bob. Thank you. And thank you for staying until the end. And this has been your virtual musician from the moon, Bobby Moonlight, and Atsu Moonlight. Bye bye.